Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again this morning, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Got a little message I want to share with you. You know, it appears basically that out of all the things that's going on, especially with the Republican Party, is that the Republican Party, not all of them, but many of them, or should I say most of them, according to how they're responding, are afraid of justice. I observed a post this morning by Brother Texas Paul, white guy. He looked like he could be a hillbilly, but he's not a stupid hillbilly. Or he could be just a white supremacist but he's just an honest man as far as this conversation goes. A man who's responsible for what he does and what he says. And that's all right. Hey, look at that squirrel stealing my chips. Look at him, ladies and gentlemen. You see that joker getting my chips? Look at it. They come and stole him a bag of chips. Let me see it. Leave those chips alone. Get. They will come here and steal him a chips. I was wondering why those chips were going so fast. That was kind of funny. And so I thought I'd share it with you. Now, back to what I was saying. Texas Paul had this conversation, and this radical, should I say, conspiracy promoter was trying to get white people to be afraid that they should stand up for whatever the whites and their, well, not just whites, but the Republican movement is about, and saying all kinds of things. And it made me feel that, having listened to this, is that white people are afraid of justice. They're talking about, again, the leftists coming to take your stuff. The leftists, they say, are coming to take your stuff. To take your stuff. Now, what that does to me, it signifies that the racists, they acknowledge the fact that they took land from natives. They took land from natives and forced by whatever means necessary others into slavery. And now they think that if the power is shifted, that these people will come back and get justice, as they would. And whites should be afraid. Sometimes you can hear on TV, especially in Western movies, you would have white guys in a barber's chair getting a shave, and by a black guy, a black barber, and a white guy would say, "You see that? If that were me, if it were reversed, that barber should slit that guy's neck." So suggesting that a black man having a knife around a white man should cut his neck off based upon what he's done to him. Now that come out of movies from white folks. So they, because of this fear, should forfeit all their humanity just to keep what they have stolen. You know, the Republicans, they know their history. And the racists know it quite well. Not only that, they teach their children about racism and what they have done. Why do you think Donald Trump got his teaching from? Where do you think Donald Trump's children are getting their teaching from? And all of these racist people, they teach their children, not all white people, but the racist ones do. Now, why do you think they deal with the Second Amendment so? They deal with the Second Amendment because they still, it's the same fear. Two reasons. One is money, and the other is to have the guns available so that they can defend themselves when the so-called people who they have abused and messed over decide we're going to come back and take stuff. So they want to defend it off. That's, as far as I can see, it's part of that plan. Now, in order to protect that plan, they have what we call a Second Amendment. Not just because of money, and not just because you can defend yourselves, but at the same time, they allow it to continue to exist, even though your gathering of possibilities of having fun and living and having life and experiencing life would be curtailed. It doesn't matter whether you're at a sports event. It doesn't matter whether you're at a party, whether you're at a concert, whether you're at a school, whether you're at a hospital. One gunshot and everybody breaks and run. You shoot one gunshot in the Oscar, I guarantee you, everybody, it's over. Nobody's there. And so yet, they allow their politicians to keep on addressing this gun the NRA, in such a way that people can have their guns. You might not be able to go anywhere. And if you do, you will have guns strapped to your side just like they did back in Western days. Isn't that something? This is where they would take us. But not only that, they are content if they can just get people like Trump and all those other racists in power so that they can enable and establish laws that would allow people of color, people who are not white, to be able to be treated just like they've been treated all the time, but worse, to be treated like Putin are treating people in Russia, making them go into war to fight something that they have no interest in whatsoever, putting them in prison. If they one man make a decision like that, put them in prison if they don't for 10 years or more. Some of them get shot if they don't go and defend this bull that Putin has established. So this type of action, it ends public gatherings. Now, what am I saying? They feel that a dictator will save them. I'd be afraid as well, having abused humanity for personal gain as they have done. But here is a proposal, ladies and gentlemen. A proposal that offers peace, that offers prosperity, that offers freedom and joy, and dreams fulfilled. A proposal that humanity, as far as America is concerned, their needs, their wants, and their desires met at their leisure. Now, I have, and I know it, and it is offered to America again. Let's see what happens. We got about at least maybe over 700 days before the general election of 24. Between now and then, you're going to hear Republicans, you're going to hear Democrats, you're going to hear racists, you're going to hear all kinds of people talking about what they can do and what they want to do for you. I just ask you, the American people who got to vote, simply this. Ask them, can they guarantee that Americans, all of us, black and white, and Hispanic, whatever they seem to be joining on the white side because the white side is the one that seems to be in control. So can they guarantee a job, a career to every citizen? Ask this politician that's standing up before you something about what we can do, Republicans do, what we racists can do, or whatever the power they want to be under, Democrats, whatever banner they want to be under. You, the American people, ask them, can you guarantee a job or career for every person? Can you guarantee food and clothing and housing? That your system, that you could purport the system, or stand up and advocate for a system prior to that would accommodate all of these particular needs? Can you? Or do you have a plan or a vision that would open education unlimited and unrestricted for everybody who's seeking education? Do you, the politician, Republican, Democrat, black or white, do you have a plan, a proposal? Do you see it where health care can be made available to everyone? Ask them that. And if they say yes, ask for the plan. I promise you, you might have some people out there reaching and bobbing, but they won't be able to comply. And you know what? Even though you have been given information today that there is a proposal out there that would do just that and maintain peace and prosperity and those wonderful things of life, even though it has been put before you, you got almost over 700 days to respond to this, to ask, what is the plan? How does it work? You, the American people, this is put out there for you, not for the Democrats to say, what is it? They can do it. Not for the Republicans to say, what is it? It's available to them, but it's you, the American people, that must demand it, because it is you that vote. It is you that say we want it or don't. Now, this is not new. I've given it to you before, and before you just ignored it. And I can promise you, based upon the way you're acting, For the next 700 days, you'll be out there debating with Trump and Trumpism. You'll be out there debating with Democrat and Democratism. You'll be out there talking, putting down, lifting up, lying and cheating, all that bull that you've been doing my whole entire life. And now one of you will ask, what is that plan? Can you share it with us? Can you tell us how it will work? Why? Because you're not interested in it. And why aren't you interested in it? I don't know. I'm just going to leave that one alone. You know why. So, you'd rather for human beings to be out there like that squirrel, taking stuff, where you got a police trying to catch them while they run away with whatever they can get. Squirrel wanted those chips. I know that was a prize. That was like going into a store taking a TV for that squirrel. But I had to stop him this time because I saw it. I was wondering why that package of out there had been being depleted. Now I saw it with my own eyes, and I hope maybe you saw some of it too. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share that with you. Hopefully it'll do something good. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.